So in this video, I'm gonna fix my ShelterLogic shed. We got it for horses a couple years ago, and horses and weather were just really hard on the canvas cover and eventually got ripped and destroyed and it's gone. So now I have just the shell sitting around in the pasture, and I thought, what could I do? I could try to order another replacement canvas cover, or I could just order a whole new part, just get a new one. And then I also thought of, well, I could just get a tarp for it, because I actually have two of these, one that I used to cover my old dump truck, and I didn't want to have to buy a bunch of these sheds again and put them back up, because it does take a few hours of, with two people to assemble them. And I figured, hey, I can get a tarp to somehow and mount it over this thing. It might be just sufficient, so I don't need a full-on cover. So for about less than $100, I went from having a ShelterLogic Shed was just a frame to this. And let me show you how I did it. So it's not too hard. Only takes maybe an hour or so of labor, a little bit of wood, and then some and a tarp. So if you like the video, please give me a thumbs up. If you want to see more random farm videos and various other photography and various other stuff, please check out some of my other videos and subscribe. And let's get to it. See the video description below for a full build list, including bolt sizes, tarp size, etc. Right now I'm working on drilling the holes to put the tarp on. So here you can see I already have a pilot hole drilled, and now I'm just going to take 3/8 and then I just make sure it's lined up on the other side. Hard to do one-handed. All right, boom. Just go down the line. There's a horsey butt. That's Storm, and that is Dawn. All right, so we got the board, first board kind of up, somewhat positioned. You can see it's a little bit wavy, like these cross beams things. When you're on uneven ground, this thing's gonna shift around a bit, and so it's only gonna be so good. So now what I'm gonna do is drill holes through from the inside out so I can put bolts in and start securing it. So I'm gonna make, so the level, I'm gonna level this board so that it looks somewhat, straight. I'm not gonna worry about it being level to the other components of the frame. Okay, you can see the board is up. There's a gap. And the reason I did that is because I want the next board to be able to bridge across these two posts, and then I'll put one of the cutoffs here. We'll mount behind that board and join the two together, and that's how I'll connect it, because these are spaced pretty much, 4 feet apart, I think. Yeah, so if I was to have this board come, it would actually come like to the center of this post here, which is not going to be very handy. Now, potentially, I guess I could do like a U-joint or something like that and grab two ends of a board. There's a lot of different ways to skin that cat. So I chose to do it this way. So now I'm getting the other side up here. Now I'm not exactly sure what I'm going to do with the end piece here. I'm going to try to use the tractor to help pull this more vertically, straighten it out if I can. I don't know how much luck I'm going to have doing that. This metal is pretty thin and janky, so I may just have to extend the board out and maybe adjust the drill hole. Instead of having it here, have it like up here, and come through, and then that would be that, and that's how that one would be worked out, because it might pull this thing out and just tear it apart. Might just tear, which is highly likely given the build quality of these. So it would be good to straighten that T-post out and that one as well, just so that horses don't get caught on it. So okay, I got all the boards up. I don't have the connector at this section yet. Same with over here. I did attempt to pull on that post a little bit. My tractor needs fixing right now, so I didn't do anything there yet with it. So I pulled on a little bit, it started splitting as I suspected it would, so I figured, okay, that's as good as it's gonna get, so I'm just gonna leave it as is. Added that board. Now, like I said, just gotta add the connector piece here, and then I can start throwing up the tarp. Starting to get the shed up, got the tarp over. It's not as long as I thought it'd be. I thought I'd have a little extra room here to get down to the board, but I'm like kind of just barely able to on both sides. So I guess 18 feet is probably the limit here. It would be nice if it was a little longer. So I'm going to try to get as close to the top of this board as possible. And then I'll put a couple screws in to get this start tacked in. And then I'll add the wood strips over it, so they'll hold it down in place. So you can see I tacked on wood pieces here. Basically, I had a bunch of 1x6s that I slit and used to kind of tack the tarp in place. I would put a screw just into the tarp, and then I just a couple, you know, in different spots, and then put the board up and just started working my way down. Looks like, you know, it's holding pretty good, relatively taut. It'll be interesting to see how it fares. I'm a little concerned in this section for snow load, you know, and the same over there. I might end up having to put something up there to bridge across to help prevent it from collapsing in on itself. And I kind of tacked on the inside, kind of did the same system there. We'll see. You know, I could potentially even just take bungee cords and bring them down to this cross piece to kind of put some tension there. Actually, that's not a bad idea. Now that I think about it, I might end up doing that. Well, hopefully we'll see how long it lasts. All right, well, I hope you found that video useful, and again, if you liked it, please give me a thumbs up. I'd appreciate it. And please check out some of my other videos as well. I'd appreciate that, and thank you very much.